It was a busy day on Sodor, and Sir Topham Hatt's engines like to be reliable and really useful. They noticed it's awesome that most of the engines from the mainland often visit Sodor to help. Topham Hatt's engines like to also keep up the time, and they notice things are awesome on Sodor and the railway. And the engines on Sodor still like to be really useful. Richard's busier than ever. He's busy taking a few passengers and freight trains, and he likes to be really useful. One day, Richard was talking to 17 and Balloon Boy at Nafrit Station. Richard was telling them about where he took the boat train. And then I went past Gordon, then Gordon was switched onto the slow line, and then the signal had turned red, and then Gordon stopped at Wellsworth, and I went faster down the line, and I got to Brendan Docks with the boat train. And Salty and Tencents were surprised to notice it.
Looks like your day is fine.
Yeah, and you did awesome when you did that. Well, thank you, Balloon Boy. Just trying to be really useful, and I was going faster down the line, and I did awesome. And I did surprise Gordon, and I already did. Hey, Richard! Try not to mess up anything again, just like when you crash into the express coaches with the breakdown train. Mind your business, Wyatt! You're just being a jerk! Don't you say those things to Richard. His was just an accident, but he fixed his mistakes. And it wasn't his fault! So back off, Wyatt! Don't listen to that guy. Everyone knows he's just being difficult if it push him off the rails and bang his buffers off. Are you okay, Richard? Oh, well, I'm fine, Balloon Boy. Just noticed things have been difficult since my accident and the accident I had when I was taking trucks full of scrap. Hey, it's okay. Everything is fine now. Like, Henry had saved you from scrap, and you put out the fire at the signal box near Nafrit Station, and you took the express. Everyone knows you did so well, Richard, and me and 17 knows you did awesome. You really believe that? Of course. We know you did awesome. You know what? You're right. And I am a true asset to the railway, and Sir Topham Hatt knows I'm really useful. Thank you, guys. Anytime, Richard. Oh, gotta go. Gotta get those passengers to the station on the Crafter Railway where Rusty is waiting for the rest of the passengers. And I gotta get those passengers to Potterton Station. Don't want to be late. See you later, 17. And see you later, Balloon Boy. And thank you. Anytime, Richard. And Richard went off feeling much better. As Richard headed down the line, he couldn't stop thinking about what Wyatt said. Maybe Wyatt is right. Maybe I did screw it up. Breakdown train and the express. As Richard headed down to the next station. Later, Richard arrived at the Switcher station. Hey Richard, are you okay? Oh, I'm fine, Steamer. Are you okay, Richard? Yeah, I'm sure I'm fine. Oh, Wyatt noticed I still messed it up. Richard was still upset about it. Cassie noticed Richard was upset. What's your problem, Richard? Oh, hey Cassie. I heard that you were upset. Well, it's Wyatt. He's just saying that I messed up everything since I got into an accident with the breakdown train when it crashed into the express coaches that James is pulling. Oh, don't mind Wyatt. He just doesn't understand and he's just always being foolish and just don't mind him. I just don't know. Every time I messed up everything and everything's just been difficult. That might be true, but you're still awesome. You think so, Cassie? Yeah, like you did surprise Gordon when you and Thomas and James surprised him with the coaches, when James bumped into the coaches. And you also helped Percy when Percy helped you when one of your trucks are on fire. Yeah, that is true. And you did took the express, and everyone knows you're brave and that you're a true asset to the railway, and Sir Topham Hatt knows that. You really believe that, Cassie? Of course I do. And don't mind what Wyatt said, because everyone knows you're really useful. Well, thank you, Cassie. Just being honest. Before Cassie could say anything else, the passengers got into the coaches and the doors were closed and Richard went off. Thanks, Cassie. I'll still try my best. You still got this, Richard. You're being really useful. Thanks, Steamer. Later, Wyatt was shunting trucks in the yards. He was frustrated. How come no one told me that Richard took the boat train, that he went faster down the line? It really surprised me. Like, how is he able to go faster all the way to Brenham Docks? Oh, I'm sure mine is still awesome. And I'm sure mine will be. Oh, just like when you got into an accident with the trucks? That wasn't my fault. They were being troublesome. And even... No, I'm still awesome. And I'll show Richard that mine is still awesome and I still got this. And I'll show him. And later, it will surprise him. And with that... Wyatt just went off blowing steam at Diesel and Charlie. Wow! I don't know what's with Wyatt, but he's being difficult. I think Wyatt is getting jealous of Richard. Wow! Jealous of him? Yeah, I think so. We Diesels notice most of the engines get jealous. And I used to notice one of them got jealous and one of them got into an accident. When I was on the mainland before I came to Sodor. I once noticed a Diesel and we Diesels noticed those things. And when I noticed one of them got jealous, they tried to pull a freight train and one of them had derailed. Wow, Diesel. I didn't know that could be a problem. I know, Charlie. And I'm sure it's gonna get into a big messed up problem for Wyatt. I just know it. Anyways, gotta go. Gotta get Bear's train ready. And with that, Diesel went off. not sure, but I think Diesel is almost right. I think. I'm not sure. Later the next day, Richard was at the station, and he was dropping off a few passengers, and he was still upset about what Wyatt said. Oh, I wish everyone noticed that I'm the best and I'm special. And Wyatt thinks I keep messing up. And I didn't meant to mess up, since I got into an accident with the coaches and the breakdown train. Later, Cuphead and Caroline noticed it. What's wrong, Richard? Yeah, you look a bit upset. Oh, hey Cuphead, hey Caroline. Sorry, I'm just upset because Wyatt thinks I messed up everything since I got into an accident with the breakdown train and since the breakdown train crashed into the express coaches. Hey, it's okay. It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. James didn't let you know about the breakdown train, and it's okay if it's an accident. Yeah, Caroline's right. Like, Henry did save you from scrap, and you did awesome when you took the express. And most of all, you also took the boat train and you went faster down the line, and that you surprised Gordon, and that Gordon noticed you got the boat train to Brenham Docks on time. Caroline's right. Like, everyone knows you did awesome when you took the boat train. And you did awesome. Why is just being a stuck-up, foolish engine? You're still awesome, Richard, and everyone knows that. Do you really believe that? Of course! You know what? You're right, Caroline and Cuphead. Everyone knows I'm really useful and awesome. Thanks for telling me, and I'm sure I'm still got this. Oh, sorry, that's my conductor's whistle. I have to go. Don't want to be late. And with that, Richard went off. He felt much better. So, how is Mugman? Oh, Mugman's doing fine, Caroline. He has some busy things to do. Later, Richard was taking coal trucks from Potterton Coal Depot while 17 was at the works and repairs. Hey, Toby and Henrietta, just doing fine. Oh, awesome! At least you're doing very well. Wow, I didn't know he's doing so well. But at least he's doing fine after his accident with the breakdown train and the express that he and James got into. At least no one is hurt. That is so true, Tails. At least the coaches that James is pulling is empty. At least no one is hurt. And everything is fine now, Tails. It was just an accident that James got into. Yeah, at least he's doing okay, because at least Richard's doing okay, because the accident could have been worse since Richard and James got into an accident with the breakdown train in the express. Because at least, don't remind me of that, Toby. What do you mean by it, Tails? Since Richard took the boat train, I was bumped around with Sonic and Cuphead, and it had went crazy. But I was okay. And I was like... And I almost hit the other part of one of the seats. But at least I was fine. Just saying. Oh, Tails. Richard's gonna do fine. Like, he's doing so well and he's doing awesome. Later, Richard was in the siding at the station on the mainland. and he was getting a drink when Wyatt passed by. Don't let the other coal cause black smoke to come out of your funnel. That was already fixed, Wyatt, and you know it, so put a cork in it and just leave me alone for once. That stuck-up engine. I'll show him, and at least it won't be a problem. But Richard didn't know how, and he knew it was gonna be difficult. Later, Richard was at the station on the mainland resting when Flying Scotsman arrived. He noticed Richard was feeling upset and sad a little bit. And Flying Scotsman wants to know what's going on. Hey, Richard. I heard that you were worried and sad. What's your problem? Because my driver and fireman had told me about it, and I don't understand why you're like this. Oh, it's just because of Wyatt, and I just don't know. I just wish my day is awesome. Oh, don't mind him. Wyatt just doesn't understand. And you know, one of my brothers had the same thing, a bit like it. Really? They do? Of course, Emma. One of them did. And I noticed one of my brothers had the same feeling about it, Richard. Oh, does Gordon knows it? Sort of. And I guess I'll tell you. And Flying Scotsman decided to tell Richard about it. Later, it was after when I went back to the mainland when I was visiting someone to see Gordon. Me and one of my brothers are doing fine. And I noticed one of them did very well with the passengers and the express. And I noticed they did so awesome. And I noticed I'm impressed with them. Until later, when I heard one of my brothers were about to be preserved, one of them really missed Gordon, but I told them that they will always be there for him. And I'm telling that Gordon that he will always be there for them. And one of them understand what I meant. Wow. Well, at least they're happy about Gordon. Indeed. And if you're having problems with Wyatt, I'm sure Wyatt will understand. Thanks for telling me, Flying Scotsman. Anytime. Anyways, I have to go. Gotta get those pastures to Baron for a nest. And I'm sure I'll see you later. And with that, Flying Scotsman went off. Richard understood what Flying Scotsman meant, and he felt much better. Later the next day, Richard was about to get ready to take the boat train. The passengers were excited, and Richard was excited. You're gonna do great, Richard. You're gonna do awesome heading down the line with the boat train, getting it to Brendam Docks. And you did awesome when you took it. Thomas is right. And you did surprise Gordon when you went faster down the line. And you did surprise him. Yeah, and you get to surprise Wyatt too. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks, Annie and Clarabelle. I'm sure I'm gonna do awesome. Later, the passengers got into the coaches, and Richard went off, feeling excited. Come on, we have to be on time. Oh, we're coming along. We're coming along. later, Wyatt was at the station dropping off supplies, and he was ready to take the other trucks full of supplies to the other part of the line when he heard a whistle. Then, with a big surprise, Richard passed by going faster. Come on, boat train coming through. Oh, you really want to do this? Then I'll show you. And Wyatt went off trying to catch Richard, but Richard's going faster down the line. On the way, Wyatt and Richard went over the hill, and Richard went faster down the line. Come along, and Richard went faster down the line. Boat train coming through. Sorry about it. I'm just trying to be really useful, and I know this. I already got it, and I don't worry about those problems that I made because I know I'm an enterprising engine, and I don't have to waste the time because I am an enterprising engine, and I don't let it bother me because everyone knows I'm an enterprising engine, enterprising engine. Everyone knows that my day's been awesome since Henry saved me from scrapping. It's been awesome that everyone noticed, and I think it's a problem, and it's not anymore. And I think all the wasted time I noticed I had been an enterprising an engine, and I noticed everyone knows I'm really useful, and I am an enterprising engine. Then Wyatt had to stop at Wells when dropping the supplies, and Richard went past him. Richard passed by, and Wyatt felt exhausted and foolish. So difficult. Wyatt said nothing. He knew he had been foolish. No, I already made it, and I did it. And now I'm Richard, right on time. But what the heck? And I'm still a enterprising engine and really useful. Later, Richard's driver checked his phone and he was surprised. Oh wow! You came on time, Richard. Well, at least I did so well. And it looks like I made the passengers very happy when I came on time. And the passengers thanked Richard, and Richard was happy that he had came on time. At least you showed Wyatt that you're really useful. Indeed, a true asset to the railway. Later that night, Richard talked to Gordon. So, at least things are okay now. Yeah, I think so. And, Richard, I'm sorry for the way I went. I heard you did awesome when you took the boat train to Brendam Docks to show Wyatt that you're still awesome. And you know what? I think you came on time and you did splendid. Thanks, Gordon. At least it wasn't a problem. And at least things are fine now. And it looks like it's awesome like when I surprised you. Oh, the indignity. And Richard just laughed, and he was happy that he did awesome. And Richard was happy that he doesn't have to worry about what Wyatt said. And it looks like he did very well at the boat train, don't you? But sir, I didn't meant to cost it. I was only trying to be on time. Don't you lie to me, Wyatt. I noticed what you're doing. You're just trying to catch Richard. Your driver had told me everything. And I'm so upset with you for what you did and what you tried to do to Richard. Richard's trying to keep on time, and he was trying to be really useful. And you had made fun of him. I don't appreciate you messing with Richard. Sir, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wyatt, but I think you should have to go to the mainland later after you shed trucks for 4 days with 17 and with Glitchy. Maybe someday you'll notice what it felt like to be a real useful engine until I make some other arrangements. Okay, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Oh, that stupid... Oh, so dropping off those trucks and causing all this trouble. Oh, why does this have to keep happening? Dang it, why does it have to keep happening? It has been a long day. At least I almost tried. Why does it have to keep happening?